Hey guys, Anthony. Here with a tutorial video. Um, I'm basically just going to do little tutorials. So this is just going to be the first video, just to go through all the basics. Each different part of the game. So a lot of it will be just other things from other RTS games and C builders. But as Age of Darkness is quite a difficult game, I thought, you know what, let's do like a full-on tutorial, going through each part and sort of how different mechanics work, and sort of little things that you may not think of initially, or if you initially started playing the game, then there may be a few new features present that's basically brand new, really. So there's a few mechanics. Probably a lot of them won't be until a few tutorials down. But for this one, we're basically just going to go through, movement, moving your camera around, your mouse, selecting basically, different parts of the UI, really. So obviously with the mouse, you've got your mouse cursor here, so you move left, right, and up and down. And then if you scroll up and down, basically zoom in now. So it's quite handy if you want to, see sort of larger view, see what's going on. I've basically got my, camera moving to go up and down as WASD, basically. As put simply, I believe it is on default as the arrow keys, but that does make it a bit more difficult if you're trying to use the mouse and that together. Otherwise, your hands are a little bit too close. So I would suggest WASD, just to make things a little bit easier. But again, it's up to each their own. That's just what I find the best for myself there. So again, just go through the UI really. So again, top left, you'll have your hero. So again, I've just got Edward just as an example. And then here you can basically left click and you select all the units that are basically the same. So you've got your archers, soldiers and pikemen. So we'll go through those in another tutorial, but that's just to give you an idea. So when you select them, basically all your selected units are in this box. So you'll see there. So you got that one. So it'll change. So again, we'll show a few more mechanics in another tutorial on how to select more units or how to deselect units in a group, things like that. So here's your map. So again, at the moment it's quite pitch black around it because that's Fog of War basically. So that's how it is. So if I were to explore a bit, it would be sort of greyed out. You wouldn't be able to see what's there. But this area here that's lit up is basically what you start with. So it's magnifying glass, so that's what you see. So here you can do visibility of enemies, crystals, buildings, points of interest icons, resource veins, and all mini-map icons. So you can remove all of them if you want, if you just want to see a layout of the map. So you just see these little shortcuts. So you can expand that if you want to see that. So that's basically just select them all there. So this is basically your actions you can get your units to do. Again, we'll go through this in the future, so just to get you used to your AI or UI. So you've got your skill trees. So again, we'll elaborate further on. So you've got repair all, which is if your buildings get damaged, and then your select keep. So that's where you build your buildings from and do repairs and upgrade. Again, that'll be another one. So so understanding this part is basically your villagers. So when you build little dwellings, houses, you increase your population and you get food, which is basically what gets used up to build the houses and dwellings, and then they get basically converted to villagers once the building has been built, and that's what you get from farms. And then your population is basically the total population that you've got. And that basically gets used up by your units and certain buildings, basically defense towers. So this is your gold, and then that's the plus is basically how much you get per tick. So that's your bar. That's it, and it'll be the same for all these. Again, depending on resource, will be depending how fast that tick fills up, really. So that obviously gold fills up fastest, wood is about half as fast, stone is about quarter, and then iron, I think that's about a fifth of what gold would go up. So it's a lot less. There's no way to get a consistent source of dark essence, apart from a few abilities or defeating certain enemies or the crystals. But again, we'll go further into that to the next one. So you got the pause button, active pause, so you can move around. So that's what I've got. Like press spacebar, that's what it is. And you've got your settings menu. So that's what we've got. So save, load, settings, all that. Usual. And let's pause it. And then you've got day 1. So again, this basically tells you how many days you're in. The little dots here are basically showing you how many days until the death night. So at the moment, because they're all green, I'm not gonna have a death night tonight. But once they're all red, then that following night is basically going to be a death night. And then that will basically show you whether it's night or day. But you'll be able to see on the screen as well whether it's, you can sort of tell with the changes. But with the sun, it's day, which normally is about 4 minutes long, and then you'll have night, which is, I believe, about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not quite sure on exactly what it is, but it's shorter. That's when the nightmares are stronger at night. But that's when some certain enemies come out as well. But we'll leave that there. So basically, it's just showing you the UI. Obviously, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and like just how to move about. So just up and down, basically. And scroll in now. And that's the tutorial for you. So please like and subscribe, and I'll be working on the next tutorials for you. So take care, and hope you've learned something new here.